Hi again, YouTubers. So this is a review on a product that I have been really enjoying lately. And it's one of those items that I think I've owned before. If not, I've definitely owned other versions of theirs, but it's something that I always go back to. And it is the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. Please excuse my tube. The puppy got a hold of the edges of it and has teeth marks all on it. But this is what the tube looks like. And the brush is a nice S-shaped brush. If you see as I roll it around here, it has shorter bristles on the top and longer ones on the bottom and a little bit of a bend to it. And it's not a really dramatic bend, such as the one, excuse me, the Lancome Grandiose that came in the weird tube. And I really liked it. It had the S-shaped, actually the wand, not the wand part, the plastic part at the end. This mascara, I always go back to Lancome mascaras. If I am wondering that I want, like if I'm like, oh, this mascara just isn't working for me, and I just want to go back to something that I know I will love, I always go back to Lancome mascaras. You can go on, they have ones for just volume, ones for just length, one for volume and length, one for volume, length, and darkness. Like they have mascaras that you can use no matter what type of results you are looking for. You can find it with a Lancome mascara. Lancome mascaras aren't ridiculous in price. They range anywhere from $27 on up to I believe $35 is the highest one they have. And they are just those mascaras that are always black and they always give you results. And that is just something really great out of a mascara that I tend to find every time I find something I love it for a while, and then I always go back to a Lancome somewhere along the line. I recently have really been enjoying the Unique 3D mascara. I really do love that, but it's hard to work with on an everyday basis. So I wanted something that gave me very, very similar results, but without having to do a bunch of different layers. And this does that. Simply curl, I will insert a clip here of how I use it. You simply curl your lashes, and then you apply it. And the fact that this brush has that little bend to it really helps you get those outer corners, get down at the base, and really move that mascara all the way through the lashes to coat them and make them as beautiful as you possibly can. The mascaras are easy to get a hold of. They are something I will mention that the first few times you use a new tube, this is key with Lancome mascaras. They're a little bit too wet. They need to almost dry out a little bit, be open and closed for a couple of days, and then they really reach their full potential. That is the only downside with their mascaras. So if you're using it the first couple of days and you're like, oh, I'm not too sure about this, give it a day or two. Trust me, it makes all the difference in the world. Now, another thing I will say is a lot of times people get samples of these and they like it, and it seems to be different in the full size tube. I think that happens a lot when someone gets one and the brush is different because their formula is great of their mascara. It does not flake, it doesn't transfer up onto your brow bone, it doesn't flake under the eyes throughout the days. It really stays truly black and stays where you put it without flaking or any issues. Now they have waterproof ones because if you get it wet, obviously it will transfer, but if I'm just out in the rain, it's not like causing me to look a mess. But with that said, I think the brushes with a lot of these products is key. So if you have had a sample and you're like, that didn't work out so well, some of them have the right brushes and some of them don't. Like I think it's the Hypnose that has the wider one that goes thinner. That one is in a lot of the samples. This brush I don't think is. So I think that's kind of key. So make sure you look into that and don't write it off if you've had a sample before. Another thing they also have is they have a primer, and I have used their primer before. I think it's called Cils XL Booster. I really like their primer too, but me using a primer defeats the purpose of what I was trying to get away from with the Unique 3D, which is a bunch of different layers. I just wanted something that I could grab, put it on, and be done with it. On those days, right now we're in the middle of winter, and I just don't want to be bothered every day because some days I'm not even hardly getting outside, and if I am, nobody's hardly seeing me. I'm running to the grocery store. I'm not going places. So I think that's really great about this because this mascara is something you can truly just use in one coat and kind of get it on and get the results you want and be done with it. So let me give you my breakdown on the product. First thing is pigmentation. These are black. black, 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 true black color. It stays black. It doesn't fade to a funny gray. It is perfectly black, and it's just amazing. Pigmentation is 5 out of 5. Texture, it's kind of hard to judge a texture of a mascara other than the fact that I will say, as I mentioned, when you first start using it, it is very wet. And then as you use it and it starts getting to the end of its life, you'll start seeing it clump up a little bit, which most mascaras do that, but you'll get little clumps on the brushes. So texture on that, I'd say it's only a 3.5 out of 5 because I really wish it was exactly how you wanted it right when you open it. And that's the way it was. The fact that when you open it up, it isn't exactly the way it will be is kind of a little bit of a letdown. So 3.5 out of 5. Longevity, it stays great on me. It holds the curl. I've also been able to use a lash curler afterwards on it, and it doesn't stick to it. I think the key is too, I use a really good lash curler. I use the Surratt lash curler. I swear by that thing. I've owned hundreds of different lash curlers, and that one is phenomenal. I'll do a whole nother review on that. I'll put that on my list when I'm done this. But it stays where you put it and how you put it, which I think is important. So it's a good solid 4.5 out of 5. Application, I think these are so easy to apply. It's just that brush, the difference in the brush, whichever brush you choose, really get the one that fits your eye shape best and gives you the results you want. This brush, I love that it, as I mentioned, I will put here, it has short bristles on the bottom side and longer bristles up to the top, plus that S-shaped base really helps make you get into those areas. This eye I always have a little bit of difficulty, so the fact that I can kind of move this around and really get in there makes all the difference in the world to me. Application is 5 out of 5. Packaging, I like their packaging, other than mine's chewed up right now. I love that it's simple. I love that it's black. I love that it has just silver writing on it or gold writing on it. It's very simple, very classic. You can't beat just a nice black packaging that doesn't leave fingerprints. So packaging is a good solid 5 out of 5. Price, I think the $27, $28 range isn't too bad. I think most of the mascaras now at drugstore are $15 to $18, so you're almost here, so why not get something that's phenomenal? So that's just my thought. Price on it's a 4 out of 5. Product overall, I think their mascaras are phenomenal. I have tried all different ones. I love the Definicils. I love the Cils Booster. I like the, what was that one called? The Grandiose, the really big tube. This one is just the one that right now I am gravitating towards because it gives me both length and volume, and I can really get into the base of my lashes with this brush. I'm really enjoying this. So for me, product overall on this is a good solid 4.5 out of 5, almost a 5 out of 5. If that texture was there right in the beginning, I would be in 5 out of 5. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know if you have any questions on the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. And let's see here, other than that, what I am wearing on my face, I have the Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer, the Chanel Vita Lumiere, Urban Decay Naked Powder, Tarte CC Corrector under my eyes with Urban Decay Naked Concealer, and then MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer with MAC Frantic Pink on my cheeks. Oh, and that Hourglass, the new ambient highlighting powders. I forget what the color of mine is. Loving those. I'll do a review on those too. I have on NARS Pro Primer, Urban Decay Gwen Stefani eyeshadow palette. I have on Benefit Gimme Brow with a little bit of Anastasia Brow Wiz. On my lips is Marc Jacobs Primrose with the Sephora Lip Cream. I forget the name. I'll put it below. It's kind of a peachy sheen. And then a little bit of NYX Butter Gloss and Creme Brulee. I have on the Arc pendant, which I love, and the New Moon pendant as well. Sweater is from Nordstrom's. It has been chilly and gross out. Hair is just down and bumped up at the top just a little bit. Simple and easy. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day. Bye.